Yo, what's up, guys? Cleaver Podcast here, and today I'm actually gonna talk about Brian Flores and a mild background to him, and kind of, get to know who our next coach is going to be. Dug into some research on him, so just here's some basic information. All right, he's Brian Flores. Is his name. He is 37 years old, meaning he is younger than Adam Gase. So one thing about young coaches is you can build long term on them. Despite having older coaches where you only get a couple years, something like the defensive coordinator from the Bears, Vic Fangio, whatever his name is. He's only going to be there for a couple of years. Where Brian Flores, who knows, he could be the next Bill Belichick or Sean Payton. We don't know, but guys who's been there for 15 to 20 years. I mean, Don Shula was a coach for us for 27 years, so that's something that Miami wants to look for, is the consistency of and having the same coach for years and years with on in. Now, background is he's been with the Patriots for 15 years. He's only been with the Patriots for his whole career, so he's been with the Patriots since 22 years old. That's a very long time. He's been with Belichick his whole career. In that he has worked in the Department of Scouting, Special Teams, an offensive coordinator, the defensive assistant coordinator, safeties coach, linebackers coach, and then this year he is the defensive coordinator. So, as you can see, he's done offense, he's done defense, he's done special teams. So he has knowledge on all three phases of the football. Plus, he's done scouting, so he knows how to scout out and probably draft well. Something that Bill Belichick is probably a legend for, and probably one of his best qualities as a coach is his future and long term plans. I mean, a lot of those players on the Patriots he drafted, or he found a washed up player who could become great. So that is what the specialty of Bill Belichick is, and this could be the specialty of Brian Flores, is knowing how to draft, finding the right guys, and he has the knowledge of all three phases. Now, being with the Patriots for so many years, he has 3 Super Bowl rings. So he's been to the Super Bowl many times. That's just 3 rings, so he's probably been there about 5 times altogether. So because of the 2 losses against the Giants, so he has the experience of being in the Super Bowl, being in the playoffs every year. Some of his stats this year for being a defensive coordinator: 7th in the league in point scoring, 20.3. We all know how the Patriots have one of the best scoring defenses in the league. That's really how they win games, is their scoring defense. Bend but don't break, and I think that's the most important part on the defense, is your scoring defense. So 7th in the league. He is 21st in passing yards at 359 yards. Actually, no, that is 359 yards in total. So 21 in that. Passing yards is 246, which is 22 in the NFL. Rushing yards, he's allowed 112 yards a game, which is 11th in the NFL. Moving to some more in-depth stats, he allows an average of 20 first downs in a game. He has a 38% third down conversion rate on defense, which is actually pretty good. He's a 10 plus in turnover ratio, also great. Definitely the fact that Brady has thrown 11 picks, and I don't know how many fumbles the Patriots offense has. I didn't look into that, but they've made it up. So 30 sacks on the year. It's not the greatest, but it could be better. Dolphins have a better defensive line than the Patriots. 14 fumbles, 18 interceptions with a touchdown. So they've been pretty solid on defense. If you look at it, 22 turnovers, pretty good. You're averaging about a turnover and a half a game. Miami did slightly better on turnovers this year, so that could benefit him. He has a young superstar defense players. You got Minka Fitzpatrick, Xavier Howard, Kiko Alonso, T.J. McDonald, Rashad Jones. You got some veterans, Cameron Wake and Robert Quinn and Kiko Alonso. So those numbers can help him going into the defense for us who's been in the bottom half for as long as I can remember. I don't remember the last time we've had a great defense. Probably when Jason Taylor was still on the team. So this could help us on defense. And you know how the NFL is. Defense wins championships. Um, if we can build a great defense and kind of build up to a quarterback later on, we can still have a possibility of competing in a year or two, definitely when Belichick and Brady era comes to an end and the Dolphins could finally take over the division. Um, Kind of the stats of him in the first in the playoff game today against the Chargers: 7 points allowed in the first half. Very impressive, definitely against the Chargers team, who is ranked, I believe, six on offense, between 6 to 10 on offense. They had 2 turnovers and 2 sacks. Um, they played a very good game. I know that they tried to make a comeback. Granted, that was in garbage time. Came in the fourth quarter. The Patriots already sealed the deal. Some other information on him. He's actually friends with Chris Greer. That's why Chris Greer wants him. He knows him. They have a relationship and a friendship between the two guys, and on top of that, it's his leadership skills is what Chris Greer and Steve Ross really wants. And I think that was the problem for the Dolphins the last couple of years. Joe Philbin never had that leadership. Adam Gase tried to have that leadership, but failed miserably. Tony Soprano really didn't have that leadership. So we really haven't had the true leadership since Nick Saban was on the team, and I won't go into Nick Saban being on the team because there was a lot of bad in that. But so that's what they want, is the leadership, people that someone can sit there and respect. You know, Belichick is a very respected coach. He sits there, says what to do, and players are like, "All right, we understand. Let's get to work." Or if something happens in game, he can make the adjustment. He can put the right guys in, or he can spark a fuel in those guys. So that's what the Miami Dolphins are looking for in Brian Flores. That's just the simple breakdown of Brian Flores, what he is, who he is, some of the stuff he's done. Like I said in my previous video, he wasn't my first choice, but this is a guy that I will accept in open arms. He'll be the first minority head coach in the Miami Dolphins organization, which would be cool. You got to break those walls eventually. Why not now? So, and he could be a prodigy of Brian Flores. The only thing I'm really hesitant about is most coaches from the Patriots aren't the greatest being head coaches. I think Bill O'Brien's been the best out of all of them. Been in the playoffs a couple of years. Josh McDaniels, Pat Patricia, granted it was his rookie year, didn't do so hot. And then there's a couple other guys who just never really formed to what they wanted to be. But I'm going to trust Brian Flores. I think that he would be a perfect fit for the rebuild that we're doing, in my opinion. Like I said, he knows how to scout. He's done all three phases in the on the field and game, all that. He has his feet wet as defensive coordinator. I think this would be a most logical. I understand why this is the most logical pick. So instead of us saying, "Oh, screw this guy, we want Chris Richard," blah blah this, blah blah that, let's accept this guy and see how he is. I mean, we're in the full rebuild mode anyway. You guys don't even. A lot of Dolphins fans don't even care if we win or lose. So, but if he is going to win, we need to accept the fact that he is going to be our next coach, and we should welcome in open arms. We should hope the best for him, and hopefully in 2 or 3 years we're going to compete for the division title, and hopefully make a good push on the playoffs. So that's who Brian Flores is. If you haven't, guys, already, subscribe to the channel, give us a like, and yeah, let's get ready for the 2019 season. I'm excited for it. I think things are going to be way different than people thought it is. I know we're in the rebuild mode, but hell, I wouldn't be surprised if we make 8 or 9 wins next year. I don't believe in tanking. There's no point in tanking if you have the possibility of making the playoffs every year. You should try every game. So, yep, good luck to Brian Flores, man. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see y'all whenever I do, and have a great week. Yeah.